All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Riot Platforms, stock ticker RIOT. They are a Bitcoin mining company. They put out their April operational update. We're going to take a look at what's going on with Riot in general. I have a bunch of charts to show you. We're going to see where they finished compared to their competitors this month. Then we'll take a look at their stock price and talk about some potential price targets. So it's only May 4th, and almost every single Bitcoin miner has already put out their operational reports. The miners are getting faster and faster. This used to take weeks. Now, 4 days in, I think I'm only waiting for 2 of their top 10. So let's start out by taking a look at Riot. It's trading right now at $10.92. That leaves it at a 1.89, call it a $1.9 billion market cap, just under $2 billion. So this is the biggest market cap out of all the Bitcoin mining companies publicly traded in North America. It has been for many, many months now. Riot's been in first place for quite some time. If you enjoy this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Still more than half of our viewers are not subscribing to the channel, so it would be much appreciated. Also, if you could smash the like button and you can hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Back in February of 2021, so that's 2 full years ago now, Riot was just under a $6 billion market cap. So now they're just under a $2 billion market cap. So they are down, but I will tell you, this is one of the best performing Bitcoin mining companies from a stock and market cap standpoint out of all the Bitcoin mining companies. Okay, so let's get right to the press release. Riot announces April 2023 production and operations update. Riot produced 639 Bitcoin, an increase of approximately 26% as compared to April of 2022. So that's year over year, so that's nice growth, but you know we like to look month over month on this channel. Last month in March, Riot produced 695 Bitcoin. So 639 is actually down from there. I will tell you, all 5 of the top 5 Bitcoin miners did mine less in April than they did in March. And it's not just because there's one less day in April than there is in March, although that was a minor factor. It was mostly due to the increase in difficulty level. So all things considered, this will put Riot in second place in the month of April. As an aside, YouTube ad revenue is way down in the year 2023. So if you want to help support the channel and help me continue to do this on a daily basis, you can become a member of the channel. It's only $5 per month to be a member. We have a bunch of members-only content already ready and waiting for you. In addition to that, we do a members only live stream once a week, every Tuesday after the market closes, where members pick a company for me to do a deep dive on. And past that, we have a members only Discord that's very active and that I'm active on a daily basis. So again, it does help support the channel. So I want to thank all of my existing members. It really means a lot, and welcome any new members. So thanks so much. So if we look at the month of March, you're going to see that Riot was in second place in March as well, and that is the 695 Bitcoin that they mined. So if we take a look just directly at Riot, you're going to see this is their Bitcoin mined for each of the last 13 months. Again, last April, they did 508. There are other companies with big plans, so I do think there's going to be some companies that give them some competition this year, but for right now, it seems like they are locked in first and second. I do think Riot has a chance of having more first place finishes between now and the end of the year, because you're going to see they are nowhere near at full efficiency right now. Having said that, neither was Marathon. If you didn't watch my deep dive video on Marathon that I put out yesterday, I would take a look at that. There should be a link right above my shoulder to that, because Marathon is in a similar situation. They have a lot of room to the upside as well if they can execute. But back to Riot. This was everybody's efficiency level in March of 2023. This is simply the number of Bitcoin mined per exahash for each one of these Bitcoin miners. So last month, you'll see Hive and Bitfarmed were tied for first place overall. That was the second month in a row they were tied for first place. Last month, first place was 91 Bitcoin per terahash. As the difficulty level goes up, this number continues to go down. I think it's going to be 81 this month is going to be first place. So that's a big drop down, and this used to be in the hundreds. This was around 120 6 months ago. So you're going to see, even before the halving, with the difficulty level increasing like it is, Bitcoin miners are mining less and less Bitcoin per exahash. So they need the price of Bitcoin to go up to even that out. You're going to see last month, Riot was in 8th place at 66 Bitcoin per exahash. They were a little bit less than that this month. I think they were more like 62 Bitcoin per exahash. So they are amongst the lower end. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of room for improvement. And I'm going to look at a few slides from their investor presentation and tell you why I think they should really actually be more among the leaders of this, not lagging behind. Okay, so this is from their investor package from March of 2023. Anticipated benefits of immersion cooling, and you're going to see increased heat dissipation, cleaner operating conditions, improved energy efficiency, so that's key, increased hardware asset life, so their machines are going to last longer, safer and reliable overclocking. So the ability to overclock, it should actually increase their efficiency of Bitcoin mined per exahash, and they have just about the most immersion cooling out of anybody. So if we take a look at this slide, this is their 700 megawatts at Rockdale, and you're going to see these last two buildings, F and G, these are 100 megawatts each, so that's 200 megawatts that are fully immersion cooled. They have another 100 megawatts that's immersion cooling, but they're using that for hosting. That kind of mystifies me. In my opinion, they should switch that to their own. If immersion cooling truly does give the benefits that they talk about, I don't know why they would give that to others instead of using it for their own mining. But even at the moment, they have 200 megawatts. They're planning another 400 megawatts of immersion cooling at their next facility. So again, lots of room for improvement in efficiencies. And at 10.5 exahash, an extra 20 Bitcoin per exahash would mean an extra 200 Bitcoin a month. That is a significant difference. Okay, Riot held approximately 7,112 Bitcoin at April 30th, so they did sell. You'll see the next bullet point. They sold 600 of the 639 Bitcoin they mined, so they did add a little bit to their treasury. They have the third largest stack of Bitcoin out of all the Bitcoin mining companies. There's really only 3 Bitcoin mining companies left with a significant stack of Bitcoin, and they are in order: Marathon, Hut, and then Riot. So you can see as a result, with 7,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, they also have a lot of cash. This is a very, very healthy company, and this company has exactly 0 long-term debt. They've raised all their capital through equity, so that leaves their balance sheet in very, very good condition. Their net book value is over $1 billion. So this is a very strong company financially. They're vertically integrated almost completely. What I'm going to be looking for going forward, the first thing is this mining efficiency. They're down near 60 or 62 Bitcoin mined per exahash. I'd like to see them start to compete, and that may mean, getting to 75 or 80 Bitcoin per exahash. So that's a lot of room for improvement. They have a lot of exahash. They have plans to get to 12.5 exahash. One of the main things that's in their way of that is they did have a bunch of damage. So let's go back to the press release and take a look at that. Okay, so the next bullet point, Riot had deployed a fleet of 94,176 miners with a hash rate capacity of 10.5 exahash per second as of April 30th, 2023. So 10.5 exahash, that's significant, which excludes 17,040 miners that are offline as a result of damage to Building G from the severe winter weather in late December in Texas. So they are still fixing that building. That still leaves 17,000 of their machines offline. So you can see most of the difference to get them from 10.5 exahash to 12.5 exahash are these 17,000 machines. They do have a few more they will be plugging in, and it looks like they're going to get to their 12.5, and that's only the beginning. They have not put a timeline on this, but you'll see they are now basically done with their Rockdale facility. All in, that was 700 megawatts. They have another facility in Corsicana. This has not yet begun, so you'll see this is an open field. This is the next thing they're going to do. Their Rockdale facility is one of the biggest facilities in the world. It's 700 megawatts. Their Corsicana facility is going to be bigger than that. It's going to be 1 gigawatt of total capacity. So you can see they have the ability to much more than double this 12.5 exahash going forward. They haven't given a timetable for that at all, so this should allow them to be competitive for that #1 position with the likes of Marathon and CleanSpark. Those are the two others right now that are in the same neighborhood. I expect several other big announcements over the course of the next year from some of the other Bitcoin miners. So for now, there's 3 that are kind of breaking away from the group, but we'll see if some of the others start to catch up to them. Okay, finally, estimated hash rate growth. This is what we just talked about. Due to ongoing impact of damage incurred in building F and G during the severe winter storms in Texas in late December, Riot now anticipates achieving a total self-mining hash rate capacity of 12.5 exahash in the second half of 2023. They anticipated being there, somewhere by the end of the first half of 2023, but again, that severe storm damages has pushed that timetable off a little bit. Okay, if we take a look at Riot's chart, this is Riot on the 1-day time frame. So what I want to look at is Riot has been performing overall in relationship to a few benchmark numbers that I've been using. They've been actually outperforming most of the competition in 2023. Okay, so there's 2 spots that I have on each one of the Bitcoin mining charts. One of them is this blue line right here. That was the February high for Riot. Now, Bitcoin ran up to about 25,000 in February. That's the first time since August of 2022 that Bitcoin had hit $25,000. So each one of the Bitcoin miners did hit a local high at that point. So I've noted that with a blue line on all of these charts. Then you're going to see a green line. That's where they were back in August of 22. That's the last time that Bitcoin hit $25,000. So if you look at Riot, they are now above this green line from August of 2022. So they're down about 23% over the last maybe week and a half off of their highs, but you'll see they're still above where they were in August of 2022, and there's only 2 or 3 Bitcoin miners out of the 18 that I follow that are back above this line. So Riot is one of them. So from that perspective, they're one of the leaders this year as far as their stock performance. Needless to say, that leaves them well above this blue line, and I will tell you at least half of the Bitcoin miners are not even back to the blue line where they were in February when Bitcoin was at 25,000. Bitcoin's pushing 29,000 right now. We did get as high as we touched 31,000 about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. So overall, this looks like a very healthy chart, but I want to zoom out and put this in perspective to show just how much room they have to grow. So even if we ignore, this stock got up to almost $80 per share back in February of 2021. Now, I usually like to ignore that January, February, March of 2021 area because a lot of the small cap high growth stocks got very overheated. They got to places that many companies will never get back to. But even if I discount that and go to November of 2021, that's when Bitcoin was at its all-time high, you're going to see this was over a $46 stock. Right now, it's hanging around at about $11. So my first price target for Riot, and again, for me, this would be an end-of-the-year price target. This obviously depends very much on the health of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can get up over 30,000, then maybe over 35,000, and at some point in the year, maybe challenge 40,000, I see more than 100% upside to Riot. I see them getting back to this $24 or $25 level. So that would be a 117% increase for them. Just to put it in perspective, it would be a 319% increase for them to get back to their highs from November. And remember, that's not their all-time high. That's $46. They did get up to almost $80 much earlier in the year. I'm ignoring that one. And this price target to me is not a 2023 price target, but it could be a price target within 12 months of the halving. So I do think there's still, even though they're the biggest miner by market cap, I think there's a lot of room left to the upside for Riot. Having said that, as always, we will take a look at the downside. Because Riot has had such a successful year, if Bitcoin were to turn around and retest its lows, or if Riot were to run into trouble operationally, it would be about 70 or 71% reduction in the price of their stock if they were to revisit their lows from December, just maybe about 4 months ago. So as with all the other Bitcoin miners, very high risk reward equation. Again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and trade very carefully in all of the Bitcoin mining stocks. So if you made it this far, remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.